What's up, everybody? It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show, your 24-hour day, back from the break. Remember, you all can follow and subscribe to the KBR Sports podcast on Rival TV, Spreaker, YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud. Also, don't forget that you can follow the KBR Sports Twitter page at KBR_sports, where we tweet the live links and show topics prior to every single show. Also, you can call in at 571-991-0566 so you guys can pitch your show topic opinions, or you can join in and discuss whatever show topic, whether it be one of the topics I've discussed tonight, such as are the Celtics better off without Isaiah Thomas? Why was LeBron salty about the reporter's question? Or it being Kevin Durant's statements that he made yesterday, or in his interview with the Undefeated. Remember, the number is 571-991-0566. Okay, so getting into the last topic of the night, going to be talking about the Golden State Warriors, who are actually playing tonight and are actually up on the Spurs right now. Right now, it's looking like the Spurs are most likely to get swept by Golden State, which is one of those things that we shouldn't take lightly. The Warriors have not lost a game in this NBA playoff run. So when we think of, let's totally take this into account, how good the Warriors have been over the last few years. So when they first started their run, the Warriors won right around the same amount of games as they won this year, 69 games. Last year, you won 73, and then they won the 69 games. They beat the Cavaliers in the championship round. And so they win their first ring as a franchise. Last year, you go 73-9. You become known as the best regular season team of all time, and the best regular season record of all time. Now, a lot of people are going to try and deflate that accomplishment because they didn't win the NBA Finals. But let's truly think about it. They still got there, though. The Warriors have been the sole reason that multiple teams in the Western Conference haven't got to the NBA Finals. Let's truly take that into account. A lot of people forget that. What Michael Jordan did back in the day, he not only stopped the West, whoever in the West from winning rings, he stopped everybody in the East from winning rings. So what the Warriors are doing right now and the level of dominance they're displaying, they're the only team that has opposed LeBron James in the last few years from winning consecutive championships. Let's truly think about it. If it was not for Golden State or San Antonio, how many rings would LeBron James possibly have right now? It's a valid question. So when we look at this team's dominance, you shouldn't take it for granted, because right now in this 3-year period, they're about to match the Bulls in wins and winning differential. I think they actually are above the Bulls. So that shows these guys are literally owning their opponents. And is it an absurd question to ask? Is this arguably one of the most talented starting lineups we've ever seen? You got Steph at point guard, Klay Thompson at shooting guard, Kevin Durant at small forward, Draymond Green at power forward, and then Zaza or JaVale McGee, whoever you want to put at center. That's a tough starting lineup to beat, especially in this era's rules, because I know a lot of people, you want to go back and say, oh, what happens if we take them back and put them in the 90s? We put them in the 80s. Here's the only problem with that argument. They're made for this generation. I know all the old folks want to say, hey, they couldn't compete with our rules, blah, blah, blah. They don't need to. They're playing in this generation. They're playing against this decade's competition. Because I could ask the same question. How would the older teams fare with the new zone defenses? How would they fare because the defenses that people can play now would have been viewed as illegal defenses back then. So how will these teams fare now without a hand check? If you can't hand check Steph Curry, you can't grab Steph Curry, you can't grab Klay Thompson, you can't grab Kevin Durant. I mean, it's a valid argument you can make. So I think at times we look at this team, we're thinking, oh man, these guys are just a playful Golden State Warriors. No, these guys have been on a dominant run similar to the Chicago Bulls. So let's think about this. If the Warriors would have won the championship last year, what would the conversation be right now? We'd be putting them in the conversation with the Bulls more often, right? When they were going for the 73-9 record, we were all talking about, oh man, could they be as great as the Bulls? Are they going to be a better team than the Bulls? Yes, they didn't finish the 73-9 season out with the championship. But let's not forget, they were literally a minute away from doing so. So they were right there. Now, while the Bulls might have put up the most impressive run or stretch because they won the championships in each of those championship runs, the Warriors are duplicating it in a similar way. The Warriors have yet to lose in this NBA playoffs. Whether some people want to attribute that to the level of competition the Warriors have faced, that's on you. But let's think about who the Warriors have played so far. You've played the Portland Trail Blazers. You got Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum. Of course, Nurkic was hurt in that series. They sweep them. Then you go to Utah. where you're facing Gordon Hayward and Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert gets hurt early in the series. They sweep them. San Antonio, you're not playing the San Antonio Spurs. Play game 1, Kawhi gets hurt. It looks like San Antonio is going to win that game. Kawhi gets hurt. Warriors have owned them ever since. Now, one thing I want to acknowledge to a lot of people, we all always say, oh man, in Portland series, Nurkic was hurt, yada yada yada. Well, if I'm forgetting something, didn't Kevin Durant get hurt early in that series too? Or maybe I'm just misreading history or something like that. Like, I promise you, Kevin Durant didn't play in one of those games, yet they still won. And if my memory seems to elude me, I'm pretty sure in last year's finals, Steph Curry played hurt. So as much as we want to say, oh man, the Warriors didn't live up to are sweeping through easy competition, or they didn't play, they played teams without a starting point guard in their first championship run. Last time I checked, their point guard got hurt too. They lost their primary defender on LeBron James, Andre Iguodala. He got hurt. He played hampered throughout the rest of that final series. Steph Curry got hurt. He played hampered through the NBA Finals. And Andrew Bogut was out for the NBA Finals. Who's their primary rim protector? So as much as we want to say, oh man, the Warriors did this, they go through guys, they go through weak competition. It kind of works both ways, guys. You can't say that other teams get the injury excuse and they don't. Because when LeBron didn't have Kyrie and Kevin Love, we were quick to say, man, he didn't have those guys. We want to see how they rematch with those guys on the court. And fair enough, they won with those guys. Now we're most likely going to get NBA Finals, hopefully, where all teams are going to be healthy. So we'll see what they're like with both teams being healthy. And for those who also, one point also alluded to that I was going to touch on, is people talking about how bad Steph Curry has been in the NBA Finals or playoff basketball. I'm sorry, y'all. You guys have lost your minds. He had a bad finals last year, without a doubt. I'm not arguing that. He had a bad finals, which I just acknowledge he was hurt through. But if you want to talk about the finals before that, where they gave Andre Iguodala the NBA Finals MVP, okay, let me throw these stats out to you, and let me see if you think this is an MVP numbers. 26 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 44% from the field, 38% from three-point range, 38.5%, and 88.5% from the free throw line. Man, surely doesn't sound like an MVP to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Even though those numbers are better than his regular season numbers of that year where he won the MVP. So we gave the MVP to Andre Iguodala, who just guarded LeBron James primarily throughout the season. And here's the thing: Andre Iguodala wouldn't have even won the Finals MVP if it wasn't for the fact that Steve Kerr has started him in the last 2 games of the series in order for them to swing it Golden State's way. So, I mean, everybody wants to discredit Steph, say, oh man, Steph's not a good playoff player and everything like that. He had one bad final series, y'all. Come on. I know he's not. Now, Steph, his shooting percentages go down when it comes to the playoffs, but what do you expect? When a guy's a shooter and you're allowed to play more rough and rugged basketball with him, and you're allowed to grab on him a lot more, kind of going to be less accurate. And now let me encapsulate the whole. Let me go sign off with this one. Let me give you the stats for his first ring campaign. He averaged 28.3 points, 42% from 3-point range, 45.6% from the field. He averaged 5 rebounds and 6 assists. Now, to me, I would kill for those numbers. If I was a player, I would kill for those numbers. But I think we've gotten to a point where we see Steph Curry do so much ridiculous stuff that even what Steph Curry did in his second MVP season, we're so accustomed to that, we expect that of him every single year. Steph Curry had one of the best seasons of all time. That's not just a regular blip. That was literally one of the most efficient seasons an NBA superstar has ever had, especially one that shoots a three as much as he does. Like, this is one of those things people don't unappreciate what you're getting a chance to see and how, the quality of basketball you're getting from Steph Curry. Like, I mean, he's playing great basketball. Undoubtedly, you want him to go up and be healthy throughout these finals. Like, the reason why he's wearing a shooting sleeve is because he got hurt in last game. So hopefully we can get a healthy Steph Curry. We can see what him and Kevin Durant can both do in this year's finals. Now, just for those of you who say I'm being biased and I'm not gonna give the numbers on him from the playoff series of last year, I'll give you his numbers from the playoffs last year, well, excluding the finals. He shot 26. He had 26.7 points. Shot 40% from three. Shot 45.8% from the field. Averaged 6 rebounds and averaged 6 assists. I just want to know where the bad numbers are at. I really just want to know how that's bad play. Like, somebody really tell me. Now, including the finals, this is his overall playoff numbers from last year. 25 points, 43.8% from the field, and 40% from three-point range. 5 rebounds, 5.2 assists. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Russell Westbrook is most likely going to win the MVP this year. But isn't it funny that Steph Curry was shooting more efficiently throughout the whole playoffs last year than Russell Westbrook shot all season? Look at that. Yeah, Steph Curry played bad, but we're gonna give the MVP to somebody who shot worse than Steph Curry did in the playoffs. Yeah, Steph Curry's played bad. Not saying Russell doesn't deserve it, but come on, let's not be fools in the mirror here, guys. Steph had a bad final series. I'm not arguing that. But that's all it was. It was one series, and he was hurt throughout it. Let's see what he does when he's healthy, because this year he's looked pretty darn good. And the Warriors, as a result of it, are 11-0 in the playoffs. 5 more wins, they're NBA champions again. What will we be saying then? All right, y'all, that's it for KBR Sports tonight. Remember, you all can follow and subscribe to the KBR Sports Podcast on Rabble TV, Spreaker, YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud. Also, don't forget you can follow the KBR Sports Twitter page at KBR_sports, where we tweet the live links and show topics prior to every single show. Also, don't forget you can call in at 571-991-0566 to give your opinions and thoughts on any KBR Sports topic we might discuss. Also, in terms of what I was touching on earlier in the show about bizarre foods, in which I was talking about how when me and Nigel watched the Burger King commercial, you can catch the earlier, well, I gave the whole synopsis on it in the first segment, but essentially we're watching a Burger King commercial when they're pitching a new idea of chicken cheese fries with, excuse me, with Cheetos and mac and cheese in the middle of it. And I was alluding to all the different bizarre food combinations I've heard of. Because myself, I do this weird bizarre food pairing that Nigel considers to be gross, where I mix turkey, cheese, and jelly all in a sandwich, and I eat it. And Nigel considers that to be gross. I know a friend that eats peanut butter with his cereal. Yes, cereal, milk, and peanut butter. A glob of peanut butter in there. And then I was recently pitched an idea of jelly on chicken. Now, I don't know how that would taste. I know that, you know, we have different things like chicken and waffles and whatnot at different restaurants. So maybe, whatever floats your boat. Now, I want my question answered, whether is it fried chicken, is it baked, is it grilled? I think all those things kind of matter in the terms of whether jelly on chicken would taste good. I will try it. I will try it, but I will try it on fried chicken. I don't know about it on baked or grilled, but I'm gonna try it on fried chicken because I think that'd be good. Fried chicken with a biscuit. Now, all right, y'all hold it down. Remember, comment your most bizarre food comparisons, and I'll bring them up next show. Hopefully next time I can have Nigel on. All right, y'all have a great night.